I want to bring Keir Starmer into the conversation. Keir ignited this issue when he spoke in the House of Commons to suggest that Maccabi Tel Aviv fans were being singled out because they're Israeli and being singled out because they were Jewish. Keir wears his football on his sleeve. He parades in his England shirt every time England are in a tournament. Quite what that does for Labour's votes in Scotland and Wales, goodness only knows, but that's what he does. He's an Arsenal season ticket holder. He's in his late 50s. He still plays five-a-side football every weekend. So he knows his football. Yet he seems to be unaware that bans, and I broadly agree with Kevin's position, by the way, that collective bans are not the way forward. Bans take place on away fans all the time. I, for a long time, was a travelling England fan, and Kevin will remember that we were banned from travelling to Turkey, effectively banned. The tickets were withdrawn. And there's a great deal of resentment about that. What you won't read in a single piece of reporting on this game or any game involving Israel is the catalogue that David read out in terms of a catalogue of reasons why Israel should be banned from international football. And what you will not read is why, and David will correct me if I'm wrong, because he's a much more expert on global football than I am. They are the only country in world football which don't play football in their own confederation. Why they were expelled, well, they were effectively expelled from their own confederation. And you will never, ever read a report. Why is a non-European nation taking part in European football competition? For all the reasons that David outlined, they should not be. But I think this hasn't been handled well in terms of the reaction to Maccabi Tel Aviv ban. And what I mean by that is that, in my view, English society, and I use English advisedly, is deeply anti-political. There is only one nation in European football which hasn't seen demonstrations in support of Palestine on the territories led by fans: England. Just about every other country across European football, you've seen demonstrations in support of Palestine. So the anti-political feature in English society and culture is reflected in football. If you're going to win an argument for fans to support Palestine, there is one tool and one tool only: football. When the man known as the Palestinian Pele, and you'll forgive me for the pronunciation, Suleiman al-Abeid, was killed by Israeli attack, as many other Palestinian footballers have been killed. Mohamed Salah responded to UEFA's sorrow that he'd lost his life with the brilliant three clauses. Why can you not say how he was killed, where he was killed, why he was killed? Mohamed Salah's tweet within 24 hours has attracted 1.6 million retweets. Palestine competes in international football under incredible difficulties, but it competes in international football. It's recognized by FIFA and the Asian Confederation as a nation. This is a key connection to make. When Israel hosted the under-21 tournament in 2013, a very small t-shirt company by the name of Philosophy Football sent a film crew to Palestine to make a film about football in Palestine. Palestine, they're way short of qualifying for a World Cup, but they always qualify for the equivalent of the Euros. For the first time in the most recent Asian equivalent of the Euros, they got out of their group. They got out into the knockout stages. If you want to make a connection between Palestine solidarity and football fans, make it through football. Make the issue about Palestine through football and support the team. There's a fantastic website, Football Palestina. It reports on their games over and over again, and it gives you a real picture of all the difficulties they face, and yet the team compete in international football. Every fan, whatever the home team is, wants away fans to be there because it's part of football culture. I'm not saying the ban was necessarily wrong, but it didn't achieve the objective, which is to build, as I understand it from all the panelists here, solidarity of Palestine. If you want to build solidarity of Palestine, you build on the football terraces or in wider football culture, you do it through football. And the Palestinian national team is an absolute symbol of the nation that Palestine should be.